welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, we back in the Wheel List Podcast. How y'all guys doing? Yeah, we back full and in effect. Appreciate you, my wonderful subscribers. Thank you to all you guys for tuning in, subscribing, loving the shorts. I appreciate everything that you do for the podcast. Without you, we wouldn't be possible. We wouldn't be able to go on and cook like we do with you guys every day in and day out, when we feel like it. Because guess what? That's who we are here at the Wheel List Podcast. We love the art of perfection. We love the art of, building equations like we want to. So that's completely opposite of the show that we're having tonight. I hope you understand that. I really hope you do. So check me out. Let's be real and let's be clear. The Real This podcast is going to always give you the truth, uncut, and tell it like it's supposed to be told, or so like some say, like it T.I. is. You dig? So anyway, we're about to get into it for sure. Tonight's show is about the WIP, being divisive show. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna get into those equations about being decisive from a very fundamental level. So level with me. Once again, well, I want to take time out. I want to take time back and take a couple of steps back and just let everybody know how I am so thoroughly appreciative to my subscribers globally on every platform. But YouTube is what you call the global platform, the pinnacle, the number one. So when you can survive on here, when you can, put your content out and it's appreciated and liked or disliked or what have you, anything in between. I just want to let you know I appreciate you for taking time out and at least giving my platform a shot, giving me a run, giving me a peek at. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And that's why I have the duty and the responsibility to make sure that I can give you the best of what I have to offer. I will never disrespect you by giving you less than quality content from a humble platform that wants to survive and live to fight another day. So here we are at the Will List Podcast. Welcome again. As I tell you, welcome again to my new subscribers. We love you here. We thank you and we appreciate you. We're not like any other channel. We are an experience here. That's what we do. We get down. We got, we have, I just so happen to buy a lot of books. I'm addicted to it. I read a lot. I'm ferocious with learning. I like to be specific. I like to formulate my own equations. I like to be myself. I don't like to be nobody else. I don't like to pretend to be anybody else either. That makes me less authentic than what you ever fucking get. So I can't be nothing less than who and what I am. So that's what you get specifically. That's what the Will Is podcast is, because it's, again, your will. Because I'm putting my will on display every day. You dig? It's your will. But my will, as you can see, I'll put it on display when feel good and goddamn ready to. So check it out. We're going to get into the show. And I ain't being divisive, but I'm going to show you so you can understand how you can predict a divisive person. You can predict a divisive energy because they have nothing but smoke, even when there's clarity. So let's get into it. We're going to do WIP moments and book shares just to let you know I have the etymology sitting out. I have my factual equations sitting out. Hey, I got them on demand, so I'm about to get to them. We about to get to it together. I just want to let you know that. So anyway, let's get to it. Let's see what we got. Let me get some music going. You know how I like some music. You know how I like to get into my little rhythm. So here we go. All right. Let me get my little shit popping off. Like I like to do it. See what we got today. Not a fan. Not a fan. Next. We can do that shit though, for sure. I'm with that. Something something easy and smooth, because I'm about to go there. But anyway, check it out. The first WIP moment. Understand me? If you tune into the show, you understand what this show is about. this show, sometimes I freestyle, sometimes I give you WIP moments. I haven't wrote it all out, but I guarantee you I got something to talk about. Check it out. So the first WIP moment is, how can you call an indigenous person divisive while being divisive? I'm using that specific WIP moment to explain quite a few things. Check me out. We got a lot of people that come to this place here in America. But where you come from, there are people that won't leave their places of origin. They may travel their countrysides, they may go visit other people. That's perfectly fine and wonderful. It's a wonderful thing to exchange and to have a beautiful exchanging of cultures, pure cultures, and understanding of how to have some type of synergy with the planet. It's called getting to know each other. You understand what I'm saying? But most of us, especially nowadays, since the truth is starting to rear its beautiful face around the globe, globally. I love my water, but anyway, it's the best. Anyway, I had to call it owner because I want the owner because I got a Pure Life water systems. Whoosh, man. It's the best. Anyway, all right, check it out. Understand me and understand me well. This show doesn't pick on people. We don't ridicule. We don't downtrot. But we are able and have the capability of picking shit apart. I hope you understand. So check me out. We're talking of points of origins. As I said, it's a whole lot of people claiming different, being, since you got FBA, American Indians, everything that is in reference to being specific to this landmass, this specific place, North America, pretty large landmass. But there's also an understanding globally how important this landmass is. But I bet your ass, you never thought, you wouldn't dream of the actual people to get their mindsets correct. Start understanding how some things that are told in history doesn't make sense at all. It don't add up. It's illogical. So that means I'm supposed to take your word for it, right? Wrong. See, you have to understand how to read all of this shit and put it together. When you say, I don't want you to read, I don't want you to be educated, I want you to be completely subjected. But what if those people, the real story is, no, doesn't work for me. What if there was always a fight? What if there was this fight that never was over? That's what I'm really explaining and telling you. So all the divisiveness comes in because the fight was never over. See, there was always a trick to every trade dealing with the European that exists in America. There was always a trick to some form of a trade. Most of the time, the trade was never a trade, it was a trick. And you never received nothing properly from what was from the exchange. You get it? From what was exchanging about? Let me check my settings. I saw some shit. Okay. All right, we good. Got to make sure, make sure all my stuff is. I had some trauma that hit me when, damn man, thought I was giving some good shows, speaking all this good ass game, and my damn mic was on mute. That was a fucking problem for me. Man. But anyway, we got to keep cooking. I'm about to share I'm about to do another book share. It's going to be quite a few on this one particular subject simply because it has a lot of girth to it. It has a lot of meat that needs to be sort of sorted out. I'm live tonight, so I don't know if a lot of you understand that got to be a little bit more intricate. I got to show you a little bit more. All right, so here we go. America is a different, the most sought after different pieces of territory that exist on this planet. And that's a fact. If it wasn't, why do they always call it God country? Why do they always refer to it as such a spectacle? I will show you why. It's a good show tonight. Stay tuned. I got a couple of books I want to show you right here. You may have seen them before, you may not, but I got some newcomers, new subscribers. They haven't seen all of my shows now. So let me show you some shit. Give me a sec. I'm right here. Let me show you something. The Rediscovering America. Roger G. Kennedy. So let me show you where I'm going real quick. The Old South. This is the first. Because I tell you, as an American Indian, I am the first, the oldest indigenous American on this plane, period. In America. Point blank and period. So let me get this started. First of all, I'll take it to page 1. The oldest South, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi. What's happening? Yeah. The show. All right. Let me get to it. The oldest South. I read that first page, but I want to get you a little bit more into this. Yeah, I want to get a little bit more into the detail of this right here. For sure. Okay, check it out. New Orleans. We love New Orleans. We love New Orleans. French Quarter, Spanish, all of that, what it came about. But let me tell you, let me check this out. Let me check this out right here. Check this out. Yeah. The British. And this is about the Cabildo in New Orleans, the Hispanic classism of the northern province of the Spanish Empire. Okay, check this out now. The Spanish forces in the Old South were led by the military hero of Washington's dimensions, Bernardo de Galvez, veteran of war against the Portuguese, Algerians. Oh shit, Algerians. Frantz Fanon. Don't make me bring Frantz Fanon, man. Hey, the wretch of the earth, Frantz Fanon. Let me tell you something about the Algerians in the present. This is about, check it out. I'm going there. I'm sorry, let me get back. Veterans of war against the Portuguese, Algerians, and Apache. As governor of Louisiana, he had already opened the ports of New Orleans to the Americas, confiscated British ships there, and sent supplies to George Rogers Clark, who was campaigning in the Ohio Valley. Sorry, I had a little piece of pad my book. Here we go. Ohio Valley in the summer of 1779, islanders, free blacks, and Native Americans recruited and swept up the Mississippi, collecting British outposts and prisoners as he went. Fort Flying Column took Thomaston Creek and Amite. Furthest west, while another settled down for the siege of Pensacola, my homeland. You dig? Check it out. The British attempted to counterstruck against St. Louis, but were repulsed as the Spanish under the Galvez officers pursued them all the way to Fort St. Joseph, near the present Michigan border, which they then captured. Washington wrote the Spaniards that among the beneficial efforts upon the southern states was a forced division in the British forces that would otherwise combine against them. Galvez, who was by no means exhausted, however, set another army of blacks and whites to take Mobile, then pressed against the other Citadel at Pensacola, the twin Victorians of Yorktown and Pensacola, brilliantly led by the Washington and Galvez, drove British to the conclusion of which Washington had hoped. And since 1779, historians of the American Revolution, written and recently in the 1970s, emphasized anxieties in Madrid about the possible domino effect of American independence and reluctance to enter into a formal alliance with the rebels in the British colonies. It may be true that the Galvez had done what viewed in Spain primarily as an attack on the English and strengthened the Americans only by happenstance. I have been unable to ascertain was Galvez himself thought at the time. This does not carry us very far into history of the Old South, but local historian societies and human museums await the full expansion of the 19th century and its central events, the Civil War. It is well beware of the preconceptions, however, for there are many surprises in the store of the curious traveler, the largest perhaps in the persistence of Native Americans throughout the region and the profusion of dialects among them, among whites and blacks as well. You understand? See the language. Do you understand the language in the words? You have to understand it. This is history. You can't change what has already happened and what actually is. And when you understand the history of the actual Americas, you understand the manipulation, the tactics, the robbing, the thievery, the stealings, and also the importing of a multitude of different races of people, especially from the West. That's a fact. You have to understand that there were no other peoples here permanently or from here if you don't have an array of this copper complexion. Those are facts, ladies and gentlemen. That's not a fallacy. The fight for a country that's already yours. Fuck out of here. Let's get into another thing, because I got to get into some more WIP moments. I do. I have to get into some more WIP moments. Okay? All right. That was the book share. All right. So, we're about to change gears. Rough mentality for power. That's what's relevant today of what's going on. See, the European doesn't understand, and even now, in this day and age, it's like you don't understand. Your ancestors hijacked this land, and they lied to you too. They lied to you too. So your whole premise is based on a lie, seriously, and that's not even funny. It's not a joke. It's sad. You have a whole bunch of Trump-supporting maniacs, make America stupid again people, that are just absolutely out-twerked in their fucking mind. It's out-twerked. Meaning you never really learn anything. You really should go back and learn history about yourself as well. It's sad. It's ugly. It's a vicious story. But you love the versions where you're calling the indigenous here savages. You love the stories of, killing people on paper when you were the major one getting killed. Actually, you lost America. You got defeated. You went back on your word because you never were legitimate. But the whole world agreed upon it as well. I've said that before, I say it again. And I'm grateful to a lot of my subscribers and a lot of people that are really thankful to you. I'm thankful for you for having your own voice, for having the gumption to get out here and just speak it for yourself. It feels good, don't it? I collaborate with you. Sometimes I collaborate with who's fucking with me, who's dealing with me. Holler at me. Reach me at the Will This Podcast. at gmail.com. If you want to collaborate with me, send me an email. Let's do it the professional way. Let's do it a clean way. And let's come up with something that's going to be worth something to give to people. So I'm open to you. Me and Dr. A.E. coming back real soon this week, of course. You know that's my ace. And we're going to keep on pushing. And we're going to make sure we get his podcast up and running and keep him, he's fluid. Love to talk. Got a lot of good things to say. I love doing shows with that brother. We push each other even better, higher, and more profound. We love the fact that we're able to share this information and really give it to you the way you seem to like it. So thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. So anyway, rogue mentality for power. Donald Trump bombs Israel. This is the stupidest shit in the world. And the crazy part of it is we have to wear the American banner after our ignorant ass president does bullshit like this. Wow. The hypocrisy has to stop. You have to stop listening to imbeciles. But you're an imbecile. Shit. This shit's getting completely I don't know if we're gonna shit, we may get slapped back for this. That was kind of out of fucking line. Especially when you lie. It's fucking crazy. So let me get to my next book moment. Intelligence versus contrarian tactics. There's a lot of contrarians out here. You just don't know it. Every time you oppose logic, every time you oppose truth, every time you try to make it your fucking way, do you understand what you're really doing? You make yourself look like a fucking fool, like a diabolical idiot, because you just want it. You just don't like the way someone said something to you. You may not even like the way someone addressed you about something, but if it's true, what's so hard about accepting the truth? Because you have a problem with the truth. Perhaps. Enough of that. Anyway, contrarians hate intelligence. They think they are intelligent. They were so bought into their concepts, they were convinced. They were convinced. They were convinced that everything that they were telling you was the goddamn truth, and you were supposed to listen to them until your logic was completely dispelled. What if all our logic will be completely dispelled? You ever think about that? I do. Yeah. You know the reason why I think about logic being dispelled? I'm going to explain to you why. I'm going to explain to you why. I got to remember to turn my music down some. That's why this shit be jerking. Check it out. Discoveries are made every day. But history, every time you dig deeper into that ground, the darker it gets. I promise you. I'm going to do a show about melanin, the superpowers of it. I'm going to help you understand how important and precious it is, and how much of a badge of honor it is to have what God completely embraced you with. Hallelujah. Anyway, the next WIP moment. Always revert back to the root, because that's the start, the beginning. Always revert back to the root of any situation and equation. That's how you know who, what you are, and how you have become the version of you that you want to strive, not are, who you strive to be. You understand? Okay. The next WIP moment. Be original. Be you and be kind. Why just that simple? Be kind. Because kindness, I'm going to be honest with you, kindness shows that you're not prejudging. Kindness shows that you are aware. Kindness shows you who the other person is by how they exchange with you initially. It's a tactic, it's a strength, it's a tool, it's a skill. Having the audacity to just be kind. Kindness is a sign of intelligence. Kindness is not a sign of luring you into deception. Kindness allows me to see if you're the deceptive one. You divisive motherfucker. I'm just joking. But anyway, let me get to the next moment. We're cutting it close. Understanding what will cost you. You understand we live in a world full of takers and not givers. We do. We live in a world of I want more than what I am giving. That too. Maybe I understand what shit costs and I don't want to pay the price. Well, what if that's not up to you anymore? What if you gotta pay that fucking price? Yeah. What if you ain't getting it up like that, you gotta pay that fucking price. That's what accountability is about. When you do shit, there's a cause and effect. That's true. You can't expect to do shit and not get what you put into it. That's good and bad. Just like karma, baby. Some of y'all think karma's an old raggedy, evil, crazy bitch. No, I think she's gorgeous. She's lovely. She's endearing. She's beautiful. But I guarantee you, she gonna give you everything that you gave her. See how that works? It's no different than anything else. I promise you it's not. Karma's lovely. Whatever you give her, she gives in return. But I hear people say karma's a bitch. No, that may be you. You just may be the bitch. Okay? Anyway, next WIP moment. When you bring hell down, you did it to yourself. All the bullshit and all the drama and all of that bullshit you want to cause other people, understand that you got to live with that shit, not them. That's on your ass. For sure. You've caused it. You pay for it. You bring hell down, you think you're going to get away unscathed. Everybody's not Donald Trump. But I don't think he's going to get away unscathed either. At all. I promise you, I don't think this motherfucker get away with nothing. I think he is running it up. But who knows? He may get away with so much shit. He done got away with every fucking thing. But you know, for people that don't think Donald Trump is not going to pay for his shit, you don't have a sense of spirituality to save your fucking life. You're just a bitter bastard, I guess. Anyway, check it out. This is Will This Podcast, and we're coming close to the end of the show. I would just like to let y'all know, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. It means a lot. It actually means everything to this show. It means everything to me personally. I'm grateful. I'm appreciative. And I'm happy to be a host for you on my show. It is a pleasure. It is a selfless act. Also, this is a what you would call, I like to call it my passion project. So you see me often because I enjoy this, and I am getting better, trying to get better, trying to be more focused, and trying to, basically get better at this craft as well. It's new. I like it. I'm gonna stick with it. So I appreciate you. Anyway, thank you guys. I will be on tomorrow. Once again, I'm bringing AE back. But let me explain something about being divisive. Let me close this real strong and real correctly. It's not a good idea. It's not fitting. It's not a good characteristic. It's a low level vibration. It's not suitable for a developing person that understands and acknowledges that they're not perfect, but they are developing. They are getting better at all times. That's you too. Just got to stay tuned. Stay tapped in. Stay understood. Stay renewed within your own mind so that your will is good. Your will is yours. Your will has to be pure too. So being divisive would not get you there. Changing your stories, lying, being defective, deceptive, deceitful, disoriented, destructive, and delusional. That does not make you determined. That does not make you decisive. That does not make you durable. See, when you're durable, you know how to last. When you're durable, you know how to evolve. You know how to pick up different tools to extend your longevity. So check it out. That's the end of the show tonight. Stop being divisive. Be determined. Be dedicated. Be durable. So that's the show. I love you guys. I appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you so much. I'll get you your shorts. But this is the favorite part of the show. Check it out. Come on. Say it with me. The will is yours. Yeah. I see y'all motherfuckers tomorrow. Pimpin'. Peace.